Paul Virilio writes this book called Open Sky, this book right here. A lot of interesting ideas here, a lot of seemingly obtuse ideas here. But the crux of it all is an issue of space and time and light, which Virilio describes as being the waves that carry information. Virilio's point basically is that emerging technologies, emerging communication technologies, are doing away with distance, with time. We don't have to wait for anything anymore. We don't have to wait for someone like this to come and deliver our mail. And that's a bad thing. Because for Virilio, all of this leads to one point, one terminal point, shall we say, because he calls it the terminal man, and there are shades of the cyborg here. Essentially, you can think of this as the idea that we're reaching a point where we don't have to leave our chairs anymore. And we can see this in the emergence of things like, for example, the Oculus Rift. And why leave my chair if I can explore virtual reality without getting up? The problem I have with Virilio is that he's definitely dark and depressing. What's missing is hope. Because, yes, neoliberal capitalism is spreading across the globe. Yes, we're all becoming private citizens, ensconced in our own homes. But Virilio talks about this in terms of urbanization. So we can talk about things like net neutrality.
They shouldn't even use that phrase. They should call it preventing cable company f***ery.
Net neutrality, for the lack thereof, is the urbanization of a wide space. I'm inclined to say that no course of brainwashing is ever really complete. There's always some trace. To get away from this, we can solve this problem by finding a new definition of time.
People assume that time is a strict progression of cause to effect, but actually, from a non-linear, non-subjective viewpoint, it's more like a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
Our relationship with time has always been one defined by narrativity, but for a while now, I've been thinking of this idea of atemporality.
So, what is atemporality?
Atemporality basically says we can't orient ourselves based on past, present, future. They're not discrete events anymore. They all exist together. And most of that is because we have such amazing technology available at our fingertips. What does it mean? It means that neoliberal capitalism can sell luggage to moon tourists. More importantly, it means that I can repair my typewriter because someone scanned in a repair manual for a typewriter, put it onto Google, even though that typewriter hasn't been produced in 50 years. Time isn't a limit anymore. So Virilio raises a big problem, big question. It's a huge problem. But my mind is more engaged in the solution. We solve this problem by becoming subversive. We take the mess that we're in and we use it to our advantage. We solve this by becoming atemporal. Sorry, Virilio.